these are all the materials that you will be using for this tutorial today. First off, of course, the granulating colors from KURETAKE. But if you don't have these, you can also use an other brand that has granulating colors. But you need to be sure that they are granulating. So they have to be splitting up like this. See? They have multiple colors. And I will explain why they look different in a bit, but that's what it means to have granulating colors. Of course, you need a flat brush. I have the DaVinci number 16, and I have a round brush, the number 8, also from DaVinci. I'm also using the Nebula round watercolor paper. It's 300 grams or 140 pounds. And it's 13 centimeters in diameter or 5.1 inches. And it is cold pressed, 100% cotton. So I'm gonna be using this. For the stars in our nebula, we're going to be using the white gouache. I have the one from Talens, Royal Talens. A mixing palette, your tape, and clean water and water to rinse your brush. So let's get to it. So first of all, you have your round paper. And I'm gonna show you how I attach this to my wooden board here, or you can attach it to your table or whatever you like. You can also use, like I showed you, this is bookmark paper, also from Nebula. This one, the same, it's 100% cotton, 300 grams or 140 pounds. And this is 5.5 by 20 centimeters or 2.2 by 7.9 inches. And it is matte and cold pressed. So, but you can also use postcard size. It's up to you what you like. So let me show you how I attach these, because it is very important that you attach these correctly so that they don't buckle too much. So just take your tape, do like this, and then you can put it on the back of your paper. And you can choose which side you want to use. I use the one with the most texture on it. That's my favorite, but you can also use the other side. We all have our preferences, so you can choose which side you like. And this way we are going to connect them to our wooden board. So, I'm not finished yet. So let's see, a bigger one in the middle. So, and then I like the lines to be horizontally, so, and then rub over it, and then it will stick to your board. And do the same with the second one. I'm going to show you 2 of these. So if there is something you didn't fully understand, or if it went too quickly with the first one, you can still watch the second one. It will be the same, so just different colors. Okay, the last one in the middle. And then I look at the direction of the lines on the paper and attach it to your board like this. Then we take our colors. This is what they look like. They have the Aurora Red, Aurora Pink, Aurora Orange, Aurora Blue, and Aurora Violet. And they look like this when you have painted them. And I'm gonna take this a bit closer. So the Aurora Red, if you use it on a dry paper, this is how it looks like. If you use a lot of water, then this is how it looks like. And so is the same for all of the others. So dry paper, wet paper, same here. So it's really important with these granulating colors that you use a lot of water. So, but I'm going to show you. So let me see. I'm going to do these two on the round paper because I didn't do them the last time. And that will be the Aurora Orange and the Aurora Blue. This one. Put this aside. They also have a mixing palette in here. Maybe I can use this one instead of this one for the gouache. But the first thing you need to do, of course, is put a lot of water onto your paper. Now this hasn't been used yet, so the water is still clean. And I mean a lot of water, not just one layer. Okay. And you need to make sure that every piece of your paper is covered in water. Maybe I can show you what this looks like. See how it shines? That's what you need to have, okay? So, I saw that there was a bit of a dry area here, not enough water. I'm going to add some water here. Okay, so the next step is of course adding your paint. So mix it up very well, because these also split into the cups and into the pans. As you can see with this one, it really stands out. So, and then you start where you want to start, but I usually start on the edges and then let it go inwards, if that makes any sense. But yeah, and enough water. As you can see, by using a lot of water, the paint is already bleeding out, and that's what you want to have, okay? And you can do lines like this, do a little tips like that. It depends on how you want your nebula to look like, okay? So, but you gotta be sure to use a lot of water. I can't say it enough. You really need enough water for this to work, okay? So, and I like to put some lines in like this. Make it a bit more natural, like an actual nebula. And when it dries, it looks more like this. See? This is the wet version. This is dry. And you can already see here, it's drying with like a brown, very bright orange here, but yeah, it will stay like this. And some, yeah, what do you call it, turquoise or something like that. It's like a greenish blue. So yeah, so that's the first one. So now let's go on to the next. And I will explain it again how I do this. So now I have to take this one because this water is already saturated with the paint. I go usually over this with twice in the hole. So and I'm gonna show you again that it has to shine. Look at that. Okay, so you don't want to have puddles. Okay, so now on to the next color. And as I said, mix it very well into these pans, because otherwise you will only pick up one color and not all of them. Okay, so start on the edge. And I really love these colors. They are really beautiful. Just dip around in it. And make it a bit darker on the outside, if you like. Okay. And that's it. So, a very easy way of doing Nebula. Put this back here. And this one has the same thing. See? It has the, here it's really blue and orange, and this is like a, I don't know what you call that, brownish red. We would call it Bordeaux, I think, in Dutch, but see, this is the dry version. And yeah, it will continue to move a bit, but as you can see, this one is already starting to dry. And yeah, that's the only thing you need to do. Use a lot, and I mean a lot of water. 2 layers at least. Check it under the light to see if you don't have any dry spots left. And then you go in with your paint. Make sure your paint is wet as well, like I did. Use like a pipette to add water to your watercolor, or a spray bottle, or whatever it is you like to use. And yeah, that's it. And now we have to wait until it is dry, and then we can add the stars with the gouache. So I'm gonna let this dry, and I will see you for the gouache, for the stars to be added. So be right back. Okay, they are fully dry now. I did use this tool here. The heated craft tool from Ranger, from Tim Holtz. It really works very well, and it dries really fast, so yeah, can definitely recommend that one as well. So now we are going to add stars. So I have my little mixing pan here, and I'm going to add a little bit of gouache. At least I'm going to try not to add too much. Because you don't need too much gouache for this. Okay, and then we add a bit of water. and mix it up. And you can add more water if you feel like it's not liquid enough. Okay. So now there are many different ways you can do this. You can use your fingers and go over the brush. You can dab it like this, but then my camera and me, everything will have paint on it. But if you do it like this, it's more controlled. So you just see. And you can add as much as you like. I'm still getting some on my watercolor there, but see? Now on the other side, and I already have some on this one, but and turn around with your brush. And here we go. You also have a bit on this one, but that's okay. So I'm gonna clean my brush here. And if you don't like those bigger spots, you can just use paper towel or paper tissue and just take that out. Use a bit of water and dab it again. Here we go. And that's it. That's all it takes to make these nebula. Also, you can, if you don't like to splatter around with paint, you can of course also use like a white gel pen or a white acrylic marker. Yeah, it's up to you what you like to work with. And yeah, that's it. That's it for this video. And if you have joined in on this video, you can always tag me on Instagram at @geva_artwork, and then I can share your results in my stories. So